22nd of November. My name is Johnita Francis. If you haven't seen me before, you're either very lucky or you've been missing out. Let me know. Right, tonight it's all about Astroscopes. Now we do have a storm circling, so I'm going to stick to Astroscopes and get off because I will get frustrated because I've got so much tourmaline on the desk at the moment to try to calm the energy down so I can get what I need to talk about. So obviously we've all survived Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. Suck shit, Mercury. We prevailed like the bosses that we are. So that's really cool. Let me have a little look and see what the current planets are doing. Oh, now this is a time where we're going to start redeeming ourselves. So you know how people were annoying us and they were getting to us during Mercury retrograde and a few other transiting retros as well at the moment. So when planets are moving in a direction and then they start to feel like they're going backward, but they're not really. They're just slowed down. At the moment, the current planets, and when I talk about the current transits, I'm pull them in to have a look at what they're doing and how it looks in Sydney, okay, because that's where I am. I can't do it for all over the world. That'd be really cool, but I can't because it would take me forever because I'm a bit OCD when it comes to that sort of stuff. So I can tell you that a lot of the activity is happening in the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th houses. So that's on the Western Hemisphere. That's all about the we, okay? So other people's awareness, considering others' thoughts and feelings before we jump in and do some stuff. Now, it's really interesting that we've so focused on the we because you've also got a big focus on it's a balance really between inward and outward. So outward extroverted stuff is up the top of the chart and inward and introverted stuff is down the bottom. And because you've got the 5, 6 and the 7 and 8, you've got a balance between the two. So there'll be times when you feel like, oh, really? Do I have to go? And other times where you're the first one out the door and the kids are lagging it, okay? So just go along with that energy, enjoy it, embrace it. Second and third quadrant. So if you break our charts up into a 4, you've got the second and your second and third, I beg your pardon. And that's all about broader environments and immediate others. So all those relationships that we started to scrutinize during Mercury and during the last month in particular, we had a couple of retros going on and a couple of other strong placements that were really sort of getting us going a little bit, like fueling us along, holding us back, letting us go, holding us back, those sorts of things. They're all starting to come to the forefront now as far as understanding what that means. Now, interestingly, we've got Uranus over there in the 11th house, which is the house of friendship. Now, Uranus is all about the innovation and change. So changes to our friendships, changes the way we interact with others. If we haven't already dumped a couple of friends in the last month, we may still have some people that we need to clear away to allow for newer people, a newer style of person to come in to match your frequency so that you're able to progress forward on your spiritual journey. That doesn't mean wipe the slate clean, dump all your friends and go and get new ones. It just means that relationships in particular have come under scrutiny and for you to have a look at in the last month or so, especially as we wind up towards Christmas. We're already under enough pressure ourselves, let alone the planet starting to piss us off and get a few things. So it's up there, it's floating around at the moment, Uranus, so that'll shift along. So slower moving planet. We won't pay too much attention to that. What else can I tell you? The sun is up there right on there. Sun is all about us. It's right close to the descendant, just fairly close, a little bit of the way off. And that basically means that it's all about us. It's all about our face-to-face situation. So our interactions are going to be really interesting at the moment as well. What else is going on in this chart that I can tell you? Just having a couple of looks at a few different things so I can see. Now, I've talked about the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. The 5th house of creativity, okay? So all the things that we've been talking about for the last month, about the things that are holding you back, or the things that you want to do, and releasing your warrior within, and grabbing things. Now's the time to do that while you've got that ambition planet up there in your 5th house. So house of creativity is the 5th house. 6th house, house of work. 7th house, house of partnership, and 8th, of course, is the house of sharing other people's money, of ourselves, of our energy, of our frequency, those sorts of things. So you've got lots going on in there at the moment as far as transiting planets are concerned. Let's have a little look at something that's not so full on. Have a look. So we've got a couple of planets still in Scorpio by the looks of this. I'm just swapping my little screen around. I've realized since I've been doing this that I have to have so many things on the screen that I'm going to need one of those matrix. What do you know, like Swordfish, that movie Swordfish, where he's got that big worm 8-screen computer thing. I don't think I need to be. Actually, I could have one planet on each of my screens. No, I take that back. I definitely need it. Otherwise, my arms will fall off. Anyway, I digress. Sun is still in Scorpio. Mercury is in Scorpio. How we speak. Bouncing off that Uranus up there. We're still a bit quick with our tongues at the moment if we're bouncing off this society, generational stuff, okay? So if you're affected by it, maybe wait another few more days. I did a reading for a few people earlier in the week. And I was able to give them a few extra days to wait until Mercury starts to back off them as an individual. If you want me to have a look at that for you, pop over to my website. You can book an astro chart and interpretation, or you can look it up yourself. Absolutely look it up yourself if that's what you want to do. It gets a little bit too much because it is a whole entire rabbit warren of cool astrology stuff. Sing out and I'll give you a hand. What else we got on here? Planet of Luck. Where's our luck? Luck is in relationships. So anything that we may have severed, you know, all those bodies that we threatened to bury during Mercury, or maybe that was just me, we're able to cling to some of those relationships, clean them up. They might have needed to clear out the cobwebs so we could move forward. So Chiron's still in Aries, okay, where we've got Aries up in the 10th house. So there's still some more work to do that will make us a bit ambitious in how we want to do that as well, a bit fired up about our healing. So if you've sort of been relaxing a little bit and thinking, yeah, I'll get to it, you're going to start feeling a little bit more fire in your belly when it comes to your personal growth and how you want to move forward. If you get stuck with that, let me know. A lot of people feeling a lot of pressure at the moment. I just started rubbing my meridian for the depression point, which is really in between your boobs, which is an interesting thing that I picked up a little while ago, and I do that every now and then. So there's somebody, and I haven't looked at the comments yet, but there's someone with a really heavy heart in amongst us tonight. Mars is in Scorpio, so definitely got that punch. How we want to, kind of feels like we've had to sit back for a little bit and we haven't been able to move forward. And now we've got this almighty, let's go. I think all in all, we're in a pretty good place, really. I mean, a couple of transiting stuff. The Black Moon, Lilith, however you like to pronounce it, she's up there in Pisces, which is a beautiful place, really, because Pisces being so intuitive, and the Black Moon, of course, you know, being a goddess, is perfect placement there, in my opinion. But you know, I like the dark stuff. So, there goes my puppy Wappy having a little conversation. What else we got? Anything? Look, there's nothing really sticking out that much that we need to really watch. A lot of what we're doing is just mending, working stuff out, working towards our careers, wanting to bring a bit more vitality and a bit of fun back into our lives after a couple of months of really having a bit of a lull effect. So if you're affected by that, let me know. We can certainly do I do 15-minute tarot and interpretation, so I'm happy to pull a few cards for you. Of course, you know, I'm a medium, so if you don't like the cards or not particularly fond of them, we can certainly use that 15 minutes to tap into spirit for you instead and get some answers to help you guide you on your path. Moon squares Venus at the moment, so Moon is shaping up trying to pick a fight with Venus. It's always nice when that happens. Planet of love messes with our emotions. So if you're still feeling a little bit annoyed by relationships in your life, rest assured the square will piss off pretty soon and it'll be replaced with a new aspect which will bring a whole new layer to that as well. Chiron's in trine of Sun, so it's working in favor of ourselves. It opposes the Moon, so it's, you know, just it's now's the time for logic. Park the emotion, have some logic when it comes to your, put your business plan down on how you're going to work towards healing some of the hurt that have been going on. Chiron squaring Jupiter as well. So, look, you'll get to the bottom of it. Give it a few more weeks at least till things start to move and settle down, and you'll start feeling a lot better within yourselves. That is it for Astroscopes. Let's have a little look and see all the beautiful faces. Now, I was going to do an interview tonight with a gorgeous lady, but I asked her if we could postpone it purely because the storm's hanging around. It can be quite clicky. If you've been following me for a while, you know that me and the internet do not see eye to eye. Having said that, I appreciate that the internet is being very kind to me right now, and I'm not going to cut my nose off to spite my face. All right. Everybody, hello. Oh, Joanne Kaminsky's here. You can't be far from having a baby, surely. Hello, Ruth. Hello, Lynn. Angela Cunningham. We've got a Tina from Denmark. Beautiful. And Jacqueline Clark's first time watching. Thank you all for coming along. So that's it from Astroscope for tonight. I did want to have a conversation with you guys next Friday night about the spirit world and what that means and how you can tap into your own style of mediumship, okay? So I know that that's not directly linked to Astroscopes. I'll still be doing Astroscopes, and I'll have a flash sale for you on my astrology workshop that I put out a little while ago. So that's a downloadable video, and also it's got your charts, and not your individual chart, but some cheat guides to charts and some interpretations and how you can read your chart and fundamental astrology stuff, okay? It is the entry-level astrology. It's not going to be one of those things you need a freaking dictionary for to understand what the frick I'm talking about, okay? So if you're interested in doing that, do join me next week for Astroscopes, and I will give you the deal on how to get that workshop for yourself so you can keep it forever. The video is pretty cool as well. It's about 2 hours because you can't shut me up once I start on astrology, but it's going to be a really cool deal. But I also want to talk about spirit. I want to start bringing in some extra things to help you guys, tap into your own intuition and really have fun with it and not be so frightened of the taboo or the things that are around. Have a little bit of flexibility in how you approach the spirit world. When we're starting out on our journeys, we can be so tough on ourselves about, has to be done a certain way, and meditation needs to be done like this, and you're never going to be a medium if you can't hear them. That's nonsense. You can have flashes in your mind. You can have all sorts of things and still be a medium. If you're communicating with a dead dude, that's a medium. It doesn't matter what media you use to be able to interpret that energy, as long as you interpret it honestly to the best of your ability. That's all it is. So there's no rules, in my opinion, on how to do this. So I get really super passionate about teaching people how to fish as opposed to giving them a fish. Of course, I do private readings as well. If you need that extra bit of guidance, a lot of psychics and mediums come to me for guidance from me because they have trouble reading for themselves. I will go to maybe 1 or 2 people. I don't know. I kind of like to challenge myself to get my own answers, okay? So I'm a little bit funny like that. But if, I want to teach you guys how to do that, and I think we can use the little tail end of Astroscopes on a weekly basis to have a bit of an extra lesson, have a viewer's choice. I have an opportunity to put somebody up on the screen with me. So, if you're interested in doing that, we can start doing that as well, and we can have a little bit of Q&A about what sort of modalities we're interested in, and really just grow your own intuition, okay? That's where the fun is really at, because you'll see things coming, you trust yourself, you back yourself, your confidence soars. Whole crazy things happen when you trust, totally trust spirit, trust what you're getting, trust the messages that you're coming through. It just takes you on a completely different journey, and it's a really cool journey. So if you're interested in that sort of stuff, do join me next Friday night for Astroscopes for the first part. See, my finger got bigger then, and then we'll start doing that sort of cool stuff as well. So but I'll have a flash sale for you as well. Rightio. So I think that will give us a a wrap for tonight. I'm going to a wedding tomorrow, and I'm fully booked for this weekend up until next Thursday. My first appointment next Thursday is at 1 p.m. Sydney time. So if you're looking for a reading with me, pop over to my website, or the details are down the bottom, and you'll be able to book in from next Thursday at 1 p.m. So yeah, thank you all very, very much. Thank you all very much for coming along. It's always a pleasure to see all your faces. Hopefully you got something out of Astroscopes tonight. Do join me next week where I give you the flash sale, of course, as we've spoken about, and we'll get into that. What can we do? How can we learn? I'm not insecure in what I do. And if I can teach you how I did it and that works for you, or I will stand next to you while you find something that works for you and you can tap into your intuition, I'm a very, very happy person. It's just such a cool gift and skill to have. And if I can just give you that little nudge to get you on your path, and then you pick the sail up and turn your boat into the wind and go for it, and that's a really cool legacy, and it's a really cool gift to give someone. So yeah, be looking forward to working with all of you for that. All right, guys, I've waffled on enough. Thank you very much for your time. I love to you all. Stay safe no matter where you are in the world, and if it's not making you super happy, stop doing it. Find something else to do with your life. Okay, see you later. Bye.